the crude nature of the device that we all hold in our hands and give hours to and look at. Two-a-days Dan mentioned it's fascinating how advanced this thing has become over the last, say, decade. The you of 15 years ago could never have imagined exactly the marvel that is the phone in your hand today. And yet it's just not difficult to look at this device and say, it's so rudimentary. It's so crude. You can see where we're headed. And where we're headed is not holding a piece of plastic and glass in our hand, staring at it for 8 hours a day. That is not the vision of the future. I was talking with some of my friends. You can easily see where we're headed, and we're headed to having this implanted into our brains. In that way, it's kind of fascinating that these glasses that are hitting your Instagram feed, the meta glasses, haven't quite taken off yet, because you know we're headed in this direction. Maybe a chip implanted into our brain, instant and constant interface with AI, visuals, connectivity, two free hands. That's exactly, by the way, what was fed into my algorithm, perhaps listening to my table conversation at Thanksgiving, as it turns out, between a conversation of Joe Rogan and Elon Musk.
What we call a phone will really be an edge node for AI inference, for AI video inference, with some radios to obviously connect to. But essentially you'll have AI on the server side communicating to an AI on your device, formerly known as a phone, and generating real-time video of anything that you could possibly want.
That is incredible and obvious at the same time. By the way, Rogan then asked Musk, how long are you talking about? When is this future?
And I think that there won't be operating systems, there won't be apps. In the future, there won't be operating systems or apps. It'll just be, you've got a device that is there for the screen and audio, and for and to put as much AI on the device as possible, so as to minimize the amount of bandwidth that's needed between your edge node device, formerly known as a phone, and the servers.
So if there's no apps, what will people use? Like, will X still exist? Will there be email platforms, or will you get everything through AI?
You'll get everything through AI.
Everything through AI. What will be the benefit of that, as opposed to having individual apps?
Whatever you can think of, or really whatever the AI can anticipate you might want, it'll show you.
Rogan said, how long? Musk said 5 to 6 years. This is happening at such bullet light speed. I was joking around. The interface between AI and robotics means that within our lifetime, perhaps at the age of my children, I can guarantee you this conversation is going to take place. I want you to picture a 1940s dinner table, an interracial relationship, maybe in the South, and a guy brings home his interracial girlfriend, and the racist father says, not in our house. In our lifetime, somebody's going to bring home their robot fiance and explain to their parents, I'm in love with her and we're getting married. And that conversation will be had, not in our house. This will happen, hopefully not to me, hopefully not with my children, but this will happen in our lifetime.